Hello everyone. Welcome to episode 29 of Sunday Night Live. Coming to you once again from the JPVideos studio with another fun-filled episode. And this one's going to be our weekend recap as we discuss some of the things that took place over the weekend. Talk about a couple items and of course our usual segments with mail call, going back in time, and of course question of the week, which is going to be a very simple one for you guys. So welcome everyone who's here. We have 122 people right now, so thank you everyone who is tuning in. If you're just going to sit back and watch and not talk, perfectly welcome to. That was a good portion of my feedback on my poll today, so I do know a lot of people just like to sit back and watch and listen, so enjoy yourself. Hope you enjoy the show, and if you're here to chat, feel free to say hello. Let me know how your day's going, how your weekend is, and of course we'll talk about a few things. And in just a moment, before we do get started with our normal Sunday Night Live show, there is something I do want to discuss briefly and address. I'm going to wait for a few more people to arrive. We're going to talk about that just for a few moments, and then we're going to continue right on like normal. So I do have a scratchy throat, so I do apologize if I do clear my throat from time to time. And also from last week, I'm feeling much better. I was in pain last week, nearly about 99%, back to normal. So no discomfort, no pain, feeling back to normal, and able to get back to do the things I love doing. So, yes, you could see me now. Hopefully you could. Otherwise, I'm doing this intro for nothing. Yeah, last night's live stream we will talk a little bit about later on, but it was a great paranormal investigation. And despite what some people, not agreeing with, that type of content, we enjoyed it, and most of you did as well. I should get tested for for having a itchy throat, which I have for my whole life. I'm not going to go that far. Usually happens when I swallow down the wrong pipe and you start coughing. It irritates the throat. That's all it's from. So, all right. So 162 people watching, and I feel Jinx or Salem roaming around, so they may make an appearance. So what I want to do is talk about something. I usually try to keep these streams, my videos, and my whole channel positive and upbeat. Unfortunately, there are things that do happen behind the scenes that are not visible on the surface. And I want to address something. I'm going to share my piece about it, and then we're going to move on from that. But there is something I want to address, and I'm going to keep it very brief and general because I don't want to create any more problems than what there already is. So I'm just going to get through this the best way I can because I really stink at explaining things. But to start off, like everyone else, I'm a human being. I make mistakes. I have faults. I have done and said things that maybe were not the best thing to do or say at that time. And it's happened before. It'll happen again. I am by no means a perfect individual, although I do strive to do my best each and every day and to be a good role model for Lily and to be a good mentor creator on YouTube here for others. With that said, when I have an issue with someone, especially when it's a private matter, something serious, I feel the best way to handle it is in a mature, responsible fashion. And that is by communicating one-on-one privately to address the issue. So what I'm getting at is that there's more than one individual, but it's happened most recently where I had an issue, I messaged them privately, and I expressed my concerns and what my issues were, what I was feeling, and why it was bothering me, in hopes to rectify the situation. I feel that handling it privately is the best way to sort out any issues. So whether it's through email, Facebook, or text messaging, anything that's discussed, what I feel is a private, serious matter should remain private. And in hopes of doing that, two people, including myself, would have a conversation, express our sides and our views and our concerns, hopefully come together with a solution and move on from that problem. Well, certain people, I'm just going to say certain people, choose to go a different route. They choose to make it very public and turn it into a whole dramatic scene. I despise drama, at least involving me, because I do my best to keep out of drama. On Facebook, on YouTube, in real life, I do not like drama. It just brings out the negativity in everyone. So a certain individual decided to start commenting on other people's channels, on their premieres, about the so-called issue. They started messaging, contacting everyone they know, whoever would listen, to tell them about it and to show screenshots of the messages that we exchanged. Others have gone as far as making videos about the situation. That, in my eyes, is the worst way to handle something of a serious matter. If I reach out to someone of importance, of a serious, important matter, I would assume and expect that it would remain between us. On this platform here, as a YouTube content creator, right now I have nearly 140,000 subscribers. If I want to make something public, I'm in the perfect seat to do that. I can make anything public that I wish to and have upwards of 140,000 people hear about it. And if it's something negative about an individual, that's not so good for them. I don't go that route because I'm not that type of individual. I don't stoop to those levels. I don't like to make a regular situation into a big blown out ordeal. It's extremely immature and unnecessary. So when people decide to go that route and make things public that don't need to be public, it gets under my skin. It's not good to have friends of mine, people I do trust, and even people I don't know so well, reaching out to me saying, hey, so-and-so is talking about you in this premiere. So-and-so made a video about you saying some not so good things. So-and-so is talking about you behind your back. No one wants to hear that. And for me to hear that, when I reach out to this person privately, it got under my skin. And the reason I reach out to them privately is out of respect for them. I don't want their name to be, thrown about on forums or chats or with other people thinking something negative about them. I message people privately and talk to them privately out of respect for them. I don't need to do that. I can make it very public. Out of respect for them, though, I do keep it private. Also, frankly, it's no one else's business. If I discuss something between me and someone else, it's between me and someone else. If I feel the public needs to know about it, I will tell them. In those actions, it does a few things. Not only does it make me lose any bit of respect I ever had for you as an individual, it pushes me further away from ever wanting to rectify the situation. And it says a lot about your character when you handle a situation in that manner. I would assume any grown adult would handle things maturely, responsibly, and to come to a very peaceful solution. Instead, people took it another direction, and at this point, I have no compassion for them. I don't feel bad for whatever happens down the road. And in doing so, yes, I may lose some people on my channel. Some people may not agree with that decision. But at the end of the day, it is my channel. I do have the final say. And if these people no longer wish to watch my channel or to even be a part of it, that is on them. That's based on their actions. So not only do you lose my respect, you lose me as a friend, and you lose out on being part of my community. At this point, I wash my hands of the situation and I'm done with it. I'm not going to speak about it anymore. I'm not going to throw the person's name out there. Some people know about it, some don't. If you wish to, poke and find out who it is through someone else, that's on you. But I'm just saying that things like this don't need to be handled that way. Like I said, what you see on the chats, what you're reading right now, what you see in the comment section, what you hear from my voice is only on the surface. There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes and below the surface. Some of it's not so pleasant. I do deal with a lot of negativity. And again, I am not a perfect person. But the one thing I am able to say I am is that I'm able to admit when I'm wrong. And I'm able to own up to my actions. If I do something wrong, someone calls me out, or if I realize I make a mistake, I'll be the first one to say, yep, that was me. I apologize. I'm sorry. If someone says, hey, you said something that hurt my feelings, or you did something that wasn't appropriate, I'll be like, well, thank you for calling me out on that, But to fabricate lies saying I blocked people and to say I've done this, done that. It couldn't be further from the truth. I have proof of everything. I have screenshots of everything. What they're trying to get out of this, I really don't know. But I wanted to address it because it did affect me, because this person was a longtime viewer. They were a great supporter. I consider them a friend, and sadly, that trend didn't continue. But again, this is not just one individual. It's happened more than once with more than one person. I'm sure it will happen again in the future. But I just want to let you know that if you ever reach out to me, though, through Facebook, through email, through P.O. Box, through text messaging, if you have my number, it stays between us if it's an important matter. I do not create drama. I do not make normal situations into a big, blown up proportion. It really, it doesn't solve anything. It makes things only worse. I tend to think I have a pretty level head. I have good common sense, and I do have my faults, but I always try to do my best. And when I make decisions, I try to make the best decision I feel is appropriate for that time. So with that addressed, I just wanted to get that out of the way. Sorry to start off on a negative note, but now we could end on a positive note. If you guys have anything you want to mention about it, or your thoughts, you're welcome to share them. Just please keep it respectful. I am open to feedback and criticism, but remember, there's a big difference between criticism and complaining. A huge difference. So just remember, the way you word things may not come across the right way. So with that said, we're going to get started with our mail call. If I could get the mouse working. Here we go.
You've got mail.
We've got mail. All right, so for tonight, we do have a few packages. No envelopes, sadly, but we do have a few packages. So we're going to dive into those, and we'll see what we got. So let's get started with that. Okay, first one is a box, and this one I know who it's from. It says Lisa Anderson from North Carolina. The good old state where Retro Romantic's from also. So let's cut this one open and see what's inside. Oh boy. Wow. Okay, so I'm not even going to tell you what's in here. I'm just going to show you. That is a box full of candies, and those tan things are Whoppers. Is this really full of candy, or is there something buried in between? If Lisa's here, can you let me know? Do I need to dig through this, or is this full of candies? Because if so, that is a lot. It's like Halloween. Hopefully Lisa's here so I can know if I need to dump it out or not. Got Whoppers in here. Zots. Blue raspberry. That sounds good. Okay. So let's see what she says. Dig. Okay. Oh, I see some candy bars. Got Milky Way. You know what? I'm going to dump part of it out over here just to make it easier.
Have fun cleaning that up.
Okay, so yeah, she was right. There is something else in the box. Got Three Musketeers, Milky Way, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Tootsie Rolls, and some other assortment of candies. And we got a shirt. Okay, so if you guys remember, I did receive a shirt. I believe it was last week. It said, what was it?
Who tooted?
Who Tooted, yeah. So I had a steam locomotive on it, and it said Who Tooted, which is a pretty comical shirt. This one says, warning, I may spontaneously talk about trains. And those of you who know me know it's very correct, very spot on, as I've done that actually just yesterday when I was with Alan and RJ. We were at a location that RJ was showing us some trains, and I was just spouting off some facts. Like, here's a fun fact, needless to know information, but I love the color shirt. Anything train related I love. But Lisa, thank you for the shirt. I would definitely be wearing this in a very near future, probably in a video. But actually, I believe I saw this somewhere before. I don't know if someone else has it, or maybe saw it on Facebook, but I definitely liked it when I saw it, and the picture of a steam locomotive is always a plus. So, Lisa Anderson, thank you very much. And thank you for the candy, which is going back in the box for now until we figure out what to do with that. That is a lot of candy. candy inspectors going through it. Okay, next one. Looks like it's from a distributor. So we're going to have to open this up and see who it's from. Oh, Jinx is inspecting the box of candy. This one, I think it's from Lisa. She did say there were some packages with no cards or names. What is this here? Christmas Story, only I didn't say fudge. Car air freshener. Christmas Story Fragile air freshener. Okay, so these are two clip-on air fresheners that go into your vents, and they are Christmas Story. There's actually pictures of them. The first one says "Oh fudge," and the other one is a leg lamp says "Fragile." And once I get them out of the package, I'll take pictures and share them on Facebook and in my community tab. I don't want to open them right now and spoil the freshness, but I never saw those before. Those are really cool. I might save them closer towards Christmas time to put in the car, but clip-on air fresheners, Christmas Story style. Those are very cool gifts. But there's also something else that is very appropriate for my car, but I'm not sure if I'll put it in the car. It might go on the wall. Good old Fragile. It's indescribably beautiful. So, Fragile, leg lamp, license plate. Very cool item. Definitely add into my Christmas Story collection. So, Lisa, if that is from you, thank you very much. I love anything Christmas Story related, as well as the other stuff here, but, you know, I definitely love that movie. And a lot of stuff I never even knew was available as items to purchase. So, Lisa, however you found them or wherever you found them, good job finding them, and thank you for sharing them with me. Yeah, wall hanger. I mean, we'll find a spot for it somewhere. Don't worry. I'll make this one fit. Okay, I've got a bag here from Amazon. Tear this one open. No, man, none of us drink coffee. Closest I come to it is hot chocolate.
Another train.
Get the air on for a little bit. Okay, so another t-shirt. I'm assuming this one's from Lisa as well. And this one doesn't say anything, but the image speaks for itself. And I think Jeff's in here and a few others. Frederick might be in here. Definitely will like this shirt. So there it is. Just a good old-fashioned steam locomotive on a navy blue shirt. So with some train spotting videos coming up and going back to Steamtown, stuff like this is going to be the perfect thing to wear. So thank you, Lisa, for the steam locomotive shirt. And navy blue. Hey, it's blue. It works for me. Okay, next item here from a distributor. Let's tear this one open. Yeah, Steamtown is the first thing that came to mind. Or Strasbourg, if I get there too. Okay, so this is For Jill from Lisa Anderson. What is this here?
Fairy garden stuff?
Are these fairy garden pieces? 70 pieces mini animals miniature ornament kit fairy animal figurines garden animal. Okay, so it's a package of 70 pieces for a fairy garden. There's animals, there's like accessories. What else is there? Yeah, looks like mostly animals, I think. So, yes, Jill is not here at the moment, but I will give these to her tomorrow. But this will definitely be going in her fairy garden, which she has multiples of them now. She had to kind of expand. So, Lisa, on behalf of Jill, thank you so much for that. I'll definitely give it to her. And we'll share some photos with you once she places them in their perfect spot. Okay, we got one final one here. And yeah, let's just open it up. Okay. From Lisa Anderson, thought this would be cute for when you run your trains. Oh, I know what this is. I don't know if it'll fit me though, but let's find out. Anybody who is familiar with trains, do you know what something would be worn as an engineer or a train operator? That'll be a hint as to what this is. Give me 1 second here. Yep, some people got it. This is actually something I never thought I'd be owning or wearing. Now, Lisa, no offense to you if this does not fit. I have a very large head. I have a hard time finding hats. I have to order custom sizes because I have a very, very large noggin. So if this doesn't fit, it's nothing you did wrong. I just have a large skull, so let's try it on and see. Okay, it's a tight fit, but hey, it's not too bad actually. All aboard! Yeah, I believe that's an engineer's hat, right? Or a fireman's hat? It is a tight fit. Maybe I can make it stretch out, but it actually doesn't look too bad on me. Maybe I could be a train conductor or engineer after all. Yeah, I do have O gauge and HO gauge. Yeah, I'll have to stretch it out, but that's very cool. Yes, if I get my... Well, I am going to get my trains up and running. When I make a video of that, I'll 100% be wearing this. So, Lisa, thank you. It is a very creative item and something, like I said, I never thought I'd be owning for myself. And didn't think it would ever fit me, so... What's the matter?
I'm playing with Princess.
Ah. Lily's playing with the cats. Thank you. So, yeah, I'm going to take it out for now because it is a little constricting, but I'll get that stretched out. Very cool, though. Got my own engineer's hat. Only washed by hand. Yeah, I probably won't wash it at all because that's all I need to do is have it shrink and it'll be sitting like a party hat. But thank you to everyone who did send the items each and every week. You know, it blows my mind as the generosity and support. I didn't get to the post office yesterday. Just too busy with things. So if there are any items that were supposed to arrive, they will have to be put off until the next week or something like that. So, but another great mail call. Thank you very much to everyone. It always puts a smile on my face. Good night. Lily's saying good night. I have to make sure I keep my head shaved like it is today. If I grow any bit of hair, it's going to be even in a tighter fit. But yeah, I think I don't look too bad in it. So I'm pretty happy with that. I got train shirts, train hat. I'm ready to go. All aboard. Okay, so let's get on to our next one, which is going to be a very easy one. Question of the week. Real Paranormal Broadcast says, Story Fire's awesome websites. Keep it lit. $2 super chat. Thank you. Okay, so for tonight's question of the week, it's going to be regarding next week's Sunday Night Live. Next Sunday, it will be in Ocean City, Maryland. And I was torn on what I'm going to do for Sunday Night Live as to whether or not I'm going to have an episode. And I'm going to leave it up to you guys. So here's how it's going to play out. If I do a Sunday Night Live, there won't be a mail call. There won't be a going back in time video. It would basically be us talking. We could do a question of the week, but we'll just basically do a talking segment. And it would be beachside. I'd be sitting on the beach. As long as it's not raining, it would be a beachside stream. I could do that. Or we could just take a week off. It's up to you guys. I'm going to have you guys comment. You know, yes, do beach stream. No, skip the week. I'm okay with either one. It's not going to hurt my schedule. It's not going to interfere with anything. But weather permitting, if it is going to be nice out, I'd like to do a beachside stream for Sunday Night Live. Just a special episode. No mail, no videos, just us talking, hanging out. So let me know what you think, whether it's live or in the comments section. You could vote if you want. Make it simple. Number 1, yes, do a beach stream for Sunday Night Live, or number 2, skip the week. Majority will win, and if you don't want to watch that type of Sunday Night Live, you don't have to. You can wait till the following week. So net official comments COVID. Okay. That wasn't an option. Being on the beach in the fresh air and away from everyone, I think that's a good place to spend it. So I'm not going to worry about the results right now. I will watch the replay and wait for the other additional comments on the replays, and we'll make an official announcement during the week as to whether or not we will go ahead with a beachside Sunday Night Live. And if not, we'll have a week off. So either way, you guys will make the final decision. Okay, so next segment. Go back in time.
Gotta get back in time.
Well, Dan, my family would be with me, so they would be part of the stream, and they're okay with it. So it's nothing I get, like I mentioned, it's nothing taken away from myself, my time. It's not interfering anything. It's only to benefit you guys. So I appreciate the family concern, but the family is going to be with me. So it would work out either way. Okay, so let's get the video spooled up here. We're going to continue Rochester, New York. Last week we watched going underneath the city in the abandoned subways. This time we're going to check out something on the surface.
Investors,
Yeah,
So
investors
Disney drops
this,
in the-
investors that. I don't want to see your ads. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Okay, so this is High Falls in Rochester, New York. It's a touristy type area with waterfalls and some viewing platforms, and this is continuing day 2 with myself, Cliff the Wandering Woodsman, and Richard and Kara Wolf. So you'll see those in the video, those individuals, and you'll see some of the views that we've captured. And then when we do a next normal Sunday Night Live, we're going to do our final location, which is an abandoned incinerator that we found. That'll be in the next normal Sunday Night Live. So let's get started with High Falls in Rochester, New York. Train crossing the bridge right over the falls. That is cool. Let me know if you need the volume adjusted at all. Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're returning once again from the great state of New York, more specifically the Rochester area. And we're on day 2 of our explorations and adventures. And right in front of me here, I'm going to show you in a second, it's a place called High Falls. It's one of the areas we wanted to check out since we were in the area. And we have some other areas in walking distance that we're going to share with you as well. Hopefully some of them are going to be accessible. We don't know for sure. As you can see right here too, we're on part of an old rail line. It's part of the old subway system that we checked out yesterday. These are the remaining railroad ties, but let's spin the camera around over here and give you a look at this. This is pretty incredible. Check that out. I'm going to look up online and get the specifics and details about these falls as far as the height and everything like that, but this is part of the Genesee River, and that is pretty impressive and powerful. I'm going to get you a closer zoom in look at it too when we were in the subway tunnels going under the bridge, under the library. Pretty powerful. It's a lot of power. And if you look too down bottom, there's some structures down there. Over there is a pedestrian bridge which we can actually walk across, and we'll get some better views of the falls. There's actually another viewing platform over there. But all in all, it looks pretty cool. There's even some holes in the cave, the wall there are caves. There's some other stuff over there that we're going to kind of poke around and see what we can check out. But definitely a good way to start our Sunday morning, I'll tell you that. Okay, so we're up here on a little viewing platform now, and they got some nice paintwork here, artwork, with like some barrels and stuff and some rapids, but wait till you see the view though. That is absolutely amazing. Didn't even realize this was here until I was checking Google Maps and it showed up a tourist attraction, High Falls. And there's a little
sold by some locals
platform
as
right
a
there.
lower area too.
Trying to figure out a way to get to that. I don't know if it's accessible or not.
What we weren't aware of.
But I do know we could go on the other side. But down here though is pretty incredible.
Thank you, Roby.
There's almost like a garage right there. It looks like it has lights on it, I believe, to show up on the falls.
All right, Jill, take care.
Another thing I want to mention too is you can actually feel the mist from here. It's blowing up here pretty good, so you can get a nice little dousing of water every so often. And when the sun hits right, you can actually see a rainbow too, either over here somewhere or over here, but it seems to go away before we can catch it on camera. But we're gonna head over to the walking bridge right now, the crossing
that's awesome, Sandra.
pedestrian
Glad
bridge.
you enjoyed this one.
Get some more views and continue on with our adventure. Well, for the beer lovers
Well,
out there, we're
ticket,
walking
I'll come to
by
Vegas.
Genesee Beer House. I believe this is where they brew it from. So, if you're looking for maybe a tour of the factory or get a free sample, stop here and get one for yourself. I'm not a Genesee guy, I'm more of a Bud Light guy, but still pretty cool looking building. And this is where we're headed right now.
Thankfully, that bridge is not a graded floor.
Oh, look at that shot. CSX train crossing the bridge right over the falls. That is cool.
All right, Al, Bud Light man.
There's Cliff
Hey,
and
Mazer.
Richard and Kara. So those railroad ties I pointed out do culminate to some rails right here and continue on past this fence, and the rail ties are still here.
Wooden structure or wooden trestle along the
It's almost like a trestle.
cliff line, which we found, but couldn't get access to it.
Yeah, it's a little trestle. Give you a wider angle look.
But Chris, it's called High Falls area. It's a kind of like a tourist
That's pretty
area,
neat.
tourist
Continues
attraction.
on.
So it's not a specific park. They do have a nice bridge, though.
So this is what you call a viewing platform. You've got this pedestrian bridge here with benches all along it to get some amazing views of the Genesee River and the falls.
Yeah, I saw those buildings down there, which have, I thought there were spotlights in them.
Now a couple things that Cliff spotted is over here.
But don't know if they still do
There's
the
some-
laser shows.
Looks like
or not.
man-made caves. Oh, there's steps going down there too. There's also down here, right by the water line, there's another man-made, that's a man-made cave, I should say. That's an archway. The other ones are natural caves. But this is a really cool spot though. You can see it's all eroded away from the river. Alright, so the little trestle I was showing you before actually continues on right there. Sorry about the wind, but that is continuing on. And straight ahead, it looks like an abandoned power plant. We're going to be heading...
Yeah, so what we're looking at right there is that smokestack. That's what's left of an abandoned, what we thought was a power plant. It's actually an incinerator. We did do a video on that, and I was able to cover some of the history on it, what it used to look like when it was in operation. So our next regular Sunday Night Live, where we're here at the studio, we will check out that video.
over there next. Or I should say a little bit later on. This is really cool though. That trestle, I'd love to walk along that. I'd probably be scared to death of it, but it's pretty neat. Now, this is what you call relaxing. Over here we do see some ruins and foundations with
Not familiar with what they were for, but we're gonna have to try and find a way though to get over there. There's graffiti on that building, so there's a way down there. We just have to figure it out. But we still want to check out more of the falls first, and then we'll head in that direction.
Yeah, Eric, it's very nice there. A lot of scenic areas.
Yeah, we saw the Kodak building there too. I'm not sure if I have it in the video or not. Alright guys, I want to show you something really amazing here. Look at this thing. A humongous water wheel. By far the largest one I've ever seen.
Video doesn't do justice.
Video doesn't
for that.
do it justice. I mean, if I was able to get down close, I'd show you, but unfortunately the gate's locked. But this thing is... I can't even really describe how impressive it is, but I'll get a little bit closer for you. You can see the huge spokes down there and the channel of water where it went down. And there's a sign here with some information. It says the water wheel that took 400 pounds of water in each bucket to turn the wheel. Cast iron teeth on the edge of the wheel turned gears that powered machinery. And so here's some information. If you want to pause the video to read about it, you're welcome to. So one thing kind of cool here is this graded area going over the road. And you can see through it, and it's actually like the water passes through underneath it.
Almost
I
looks like
gotta
a
catch up with
canal.
those guys. They're right up ahead. We're gonna go to that viewing platform that we saw when we first checked out the falls, and this should give you a whole different perspective of it from the other side and a little bit behind it as well.
Tom, have you been here to High Falls or the
So there's where we
incinerator or
were
anything?
earlier. And this is what we saw from the other side. It looked like an old abandoned building with the shell of it. It's actually a viewing platform of the High Falls. So let's get up there and check it out.
The
Welcome
Greats
to
are my
High
nemesis.
Falls. So there's some information about it. If you wish to, you can pause the video.
If you come, there's a lot of information you can learn about it. There's plaques everywhere, different viewing platforms.
I hear water, so I guess we're getting close.
This was scary for me.
Holy crap!
That's a drop.
That is a tad bit terrifying. Wow, that is incredible. So yeah, this is the old remnants of a building here. You can see the rock cut chamber going down. There's some drill marks. It's like old ruins of a building here. But down there is a deep pit with water. It's pretty neat. Okay, and here's where the water's flowing in.
I was holding on to that camera super
Wow.
tight. I was afraid to
Incredible.
hold it over the edge.
I'm trying to get a better vantage point here. Hang on. Alright, check that out. That's an impressive amount of water. If you look straight across too, there's a little tunnel right there too.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see the mouse on the screen or not, but right in the middle of the screen there looks like a little doorway that actually goes into the side of the
stone wall there. Not sure where it goes to. And off to the left, you see that concrete platform of the fence. We tried to get there, but it was gated off, so we didn't try to go that route. But as you'll see in a moment, from this vantage point, we're going to catch another train coming across that bridge. Yeah, boy, they would be gone.
Closer look at it here. Yeah, it's right there in the middle of the screen. And for those of you that are curious, here's some more information. This is about the water, power, and the wheel pit. And I'll slowly pan across if you want to pause to read it.
If you guys want to read any of it, just rewatch the video. You can pause that at your own leisure.
It says 96-foot high falls. And this is what we're looking at, I believe, down here in the pit. Down there where the water's coming in and out. Now there's the big water wheel. Now maybe that was the other building. Maybe that's not this one. Okay, so I guess I was mistaken. It says we are right here where we're standing. And down that pit is where the water wheel was that goes all the way down that chamber.
And I think off in the distance there, you'll see the Kodak building. CSX.
Alright guys, so that's a look at the High Falls area. First part of our adventure today in Rochester. You can see the trains passing by. And sorry about the wind, but it's very windy here. But it's been an incredible time so far. Got a lot of cool things to see and to check out. And learn a lot of new things as well. But we're going to now go the other direction of town. Hopefully try to find our way down close to that power plant. So still more video to continue. So we did stumble upon a abandoned structure here. We're in the bowels. There, this is the bottom of a hopper. There's the conveyor system. Okay, and that is what we were just underneath. This is a large overhead crane, and the crane cab is still up there. You can see it right there. So on the way back up, maybe we'll get up there and get a top view look at it, but we're going to continue on. So while we're making our way down here, there's 3 people that were walking down behind us. It's the same people we heard upstairs at the overhead crane area. And they actually took a different route to get in here. Looks like they're regulars here, so we're gonna...
I will point out a few things which I think I mentioned either in this video or the next one of the incinerator. Yes, Rochester is not the safest place to go, but I can say that when we were there for the 2 days, we didn't have any issues. You know, we left our cars parked on a side street when we were under in the subway tunnel. We had them parked in a public area when we were here at the falls. And obviously being safety in numbers does help. But during the daytime, as long as you mind your business and don't go where you shouldn't go, you won't really have any issues. I wouldn't probably attempt going to this location now at nighttime. That'd be a whole nother story. But every city has dangerous parts. A lot of times though, mind your business, you know, use common sense. You'll be okay.
Have to just be vigilant and be careful because we're definitely not going to be here alone. So I'm going to try and keep the camera rolling as much as I can just in case anything was to happen. At least we'll have it documented.
You're welcome, Cassandra.
It's definitely impressive and beautiful blue sky for the backdrop. Alright, let's move forward and check it out.
This is definitely why you want to not come to these places alone.
So we're going to get a brief look at this location, but there will be a full video, which we'll do, like I said, on the next Sunday Night Live.
I don't know what
in
the other people are
studio.
doing, so I'm just going to kind of stay quiet and listen.
Yeah, exactly, Matt.
So, wedding dress. Yeah.
It's like a wedding dress or a prom dress.
Wow. It's a heck of a shot.
Thank you, Robbie. Or Robbie, sorry if I mispronounce it.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
That's inside the smokestack.
Look up.
Oh my. Wow.
You want to see what's in it?
Don't know what's over here. Tennis ball. Oh, the steps are gone. There's a little platform there. Oh, look at those ladder rings.
Oh, the ladder.
That
I'm
is
not climbing
incredible.
that though.
No. I wouldn't do it for any amount of money in the world.
Nope.
There's Cliff getting geared up. This is his kind of thing too, so. Oh, there's more ladder rungs. Okay, if you guys are looking for Wonderland, here it is. And look, there's a whole action figure too. That's one of the more strange things we've seen. So with the toy here, it's officially abandoned.
It's official.
Yeah, so there's where Richard is. These are the two giant claws right here. Very cool. This is definitely an incinerator, no doubt.
There's a big garbage
That
pit.
is just terrifying, that pit though.
And taggers.
And that's just utterly childish and immature, but... Okay, everyone, that's going to conclude our Rochester adventure today. Really cool. We got to see a few things I never saw before, which was that High Falls area. That was a really impressive waterfall. And we got to see some other remnants of the city where it used to be controlled with water wheels and stuff. And we just checked out this, which we originally thought was an abandoned power plant, is an abandoned incinerator. I did do a full walkthrough video of that. I only showed you the highlights in this video. So if you want to watch that video, just check the link down below in the description. You'll find it down there. Also, Richard and Kara filmed there today. And Cliff back there, the one in Woodsman, filmed as well. So their links will be down below as well. Check them out. If you enjoyed this adventure, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. Tell us what your favorite part of the video was. If you haven't already done so, follow me on Facebook and check out my
And I
merchandise
believe we
shop.
have a photo
where you can
montage
get some
or
JPVideos
bonus footage or
merchandise.
something.
With that said, thanks so much for watching. Until next time, see you in the next video. Alright guys, so we made it back up to the top of this overhead crane.
I believe it's called a gantry crane, if I'm not mistaken.
And one thing we discovered is that there's rails coming through here. And our hunch, and I'm willing to bet money on it, loaded coal cars would come through here.
Yeah, Rochelle, I would bring some guys with you.
And would dump the hopper cars into here. These are grizzly bars that lower down, I should say, sort the material down into hoppers. Hoppers would unload into probably a truck or something to take down to the incinerator that we just came from for the furnaces. And there is coal there too. You can see the bits and pieces of coal. Yeah, all right there, it's all coal.
Signs of the past.
From there, somehow get transported. Or get burned.
Yeah, so when we saw the bottom of it, the hopper went to a conveyor belt, which lowered down and probably loaded up into a truck. So this is all part of a big operation to get rid of the city's garbage, to fuel the furnaces for that incinerator. It's a big undertaking and operation. Just want to tell you though that these are the kind of videos
Yeah, there's
I love,
conveyor in the
because
bottom
I'm in
that
a
we
new
showed.
city, new state, and seeing things and showing you guys things that I never saw before and possibly you never saw before. So even though It's not an abandoned exploration video, really. It's more or less just sightseeing, checking out some cool attractions, touristy areas, just having a good time with good friends. So I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I do. Hey, Rooted. Falling for you. Yes, Gary, I am live. Sunday Night Live. I really like the track I used on this. This was August 2019. Thank you, Heidi. Thank you, David. Hey, Sarah. Love the contrast with the sky and the clouds. Favorite shots there with the train. Okay, so that was High Falls, Rochester, New York, filmed August 2019. I believe it actually was filmed in July, but it was published on August 5th. And again, the third location will be the abandoned incinerator that we do see here on the end card. That will be in the following Sunday Night Live here from the studio. So let's get myself back to full size. So it just goes to show that Rochester, despite not having the best reputation, is a very photogenic city. With the abandoned subway, the high falls, the architecture, and even the incinerator. There's a lot of great photographic opportunities, so gotta at least give Rochester that. Yeah, the CSX train, we caught two of them there. It was a lucky catch. Glad I got to see it. When are you going to Niagara Falls? We're going to the end of August. Thank you, Frank. Yeah, I know you said you found the Rochester videos, so glad to have you on board from finding those. Did I go to RIT? I don't know what that is. Oh, Gary. Well, I hope you don't get in trouble, but I won't tell if no one else does, so it'll be our little secret. Do I think I'm coming to Knoebels before Wednesday? I don't think so, Dom. I am hoping to come sometime next week to do a live stream there. I just don't know what day it's going to be yet. Very prolific in generating content. Never heard that, but thank you for the kind words, Eric. Alright, so rest of my time is your time. So if you guys want to talk about anything, we could talk about last night's paranormal investigation. We could talk about what one of us did, with today. And anything else that comes to mind, ask me questions, bring up conversations, whatever you want to do. You have me for the next at least 30 minutes. So, all right, Julie, have a good night. New studio is still in the planning stages, so won't be till winter time if it does happen. I'm still debating on staying here. I do love the studio here. Last night's live stream was creepy, yes. There was some unexpected results that we had there. And the strange thing is that the claims that we were told about the screams and the strange sounds we did hear, some of them very well could be animal related. We didn't say that they couldn't be, but we did hear them. But we also encountered other activity. We saw things just off to the side of our eyes. We got some answers to questions that maybe we weren't really hoping to get, So all in all, it was a really good investigation. Very unique location, being out in the middle of the woods in an old camp. But nonetheless, what you saw is what we saw. It happened live. It was real. And I try to explain to people, too, with paranormal investigations, if you guys watch any television shows like Ghost Hunters, Ghost Adventurers, whatever shows are out there that are on cable, those are edited videos. Ghost hunts take, at a minimum, 2 upwards of 8 hours to do an investigation, depending on the size of the location, depending on the amount of team members. You're seeing a edited down, quick highlighted version when you watch ghost hunting shows. And who's to say that they don't add special effects? They don't create activity. I'm not saying it happens. I'm just saying it's plausible. When you watch our live streams, yes, there is downtime. There's a lot of times when nothing happens. Ghosts or spirits, if you do believe in them, don't perform on command. You go there, you take a chance, expecting nothing, and if something does happen, it's a bonus. So what happened last night did catch us by surprise. We were expecting nothing to happen. But those of you who think it's boring, that's your opinion. You're welcome to it. Some people went as far as saying, oh, you shouldn't do those anymore. It's just terrible. Well, don't watch. Very easy. There's no reason to be hypercritical. There's boatloads of content creators out there. I'm sure you can find something that you like if my paranormal live stream is not for you. And those are not overly saturated. We do paranormal live streams every few months. They're far and few between. But they are time consuming and they are random with the activity. You don't know what's going to happen. If nothing happens, nothing happens. We're not going to pretend something does just to keep you entertained. It's to try to keep it real and legit as possible. We got some people leaving here. Sorry if I missed your comments. Looks like Heather's leaving. Zoria, see ya. Thanks for hanging out. Hi, Karen. Hey, everyone. And Matt, I'm going to reach out to you, too, about a location that I think you would like. I know you mentioned about going to the trestle again. I know a location that starts where me and RJ did our culvert number 2 under the 81 bridges. And it's an area I've investigated before. There's some structures and some pretty cool finds in the woods and in the river that will lead us to that trestle. I think it'd be worthy of a video, and it'll still get you to the same location. So if you're interested in that, I could definitely give you more details, and we could do that. Good night, Candela. Brooklyn, yeah, it's not easy, but when you're passionate about it and you have strong interest and you have good partners like Alan and RJ, even though RJ isn't with us all the time, it does make things easier. Hey, McGee, didn't see you here. Have a good night, man. John Spikes is peacing out. So I know Christopher likes to ask what I did today, so I'll share some brief thoughts. Today I did some scouting for some future locations and live streams as well. I went to a state park. Last time I was there is when Lily was around 1 or 2 years old. We took her there as a little baby. So we went back there today to see what there is to check out some areas that we didn't know existed as part of that park. Also good to know I do have cell service there, so I could do a live stream from there in the future, which will probably be a daytime or afternoon stream. Aside from that, we went to another location, a very large lake in Pennsylvania. Locals know it. Others will learn about it, but that's another area where I do get service to live stream as well. I think it'd be a great place to just sit down, relax, look over the lake, watch the boats and the activity and stuff like that. So as far as live streaming, I do have new locations coming up. That way we're not seeing the same thing over and over. And as far as some edited videos, I'm going to make a video of the park showing you what it has to offer and some of the unique things that can be found in the area as well. So that was my day today. I will say we did have a trouble finding food though. Despite the area having a large lake with thousands of people, spending their time on the water, there's very little to eat there. And it's even harder now with the whole situation. A lot of places are still closed. Ones that are open are under restriction. We went to 2 different places first. First place looks like it's a relatively new business, but it was strange because they had indoor seating. We went inside. We wore a mask. We were able to take them off once we're inside. They had no menus, not even paper menus. We had to pull up the menu on our phone. So I pulled up the menu. We ordered our drinks. They brought over canned soda. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like, the one thing we love to have when we're out to eat is fountain soda. It just sets the tone, to enjoy your meal. We got canned soda. That turned me off right away. Look at the menu. It was categorized, appetizers, sides, burgers, stuff like that. Each category had maybe 3 or 4 items. And the cheapest item was like $6, and that was for an order of fries. Chicken wings, which you didn't get to pick the flavor, was $11. A burger, a plain burger, nothing on it, was $9. I'm like, you know what? Let's go. We paid for the canned soda. We took it out with us and left. Went to a pizza place. We walked in. There was no inside seating, so we're going to get pizza to go. We're standing there, look at the menu. Guy behind the counter is making a pizza. We're standing there. He didn't even acknowledge we were there. Didn't want to wait on us. So we walked out of there. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So we drive down towards a different part of the lake, and of all things we find was a little pull-off area that had fair food. There was 2 fair vendors there that had their own little set-up shop selling fair food like steak and cheeses, sausage and peppers, chicken fingers, funnel cake, all the good stuff you'd find at a fair. We ended up stopping there, got the food. It was hot, it was fresh, tasted really good. They had fountain sodas, believe it or not, from a little fair stand. And we made the best of it. We sat outside, they had some picnic tables. But it was so frustrating, like, just want a decent meal, and it was a struggle. 3rd time with a charm, though, so that was my day today. It was frustrating, but, looking back on it, it's a little bit humorous, but the benefit was that I do have new locations to film and to live stream from for you guys, which you guys will benefit from. Dying for pizza now. It makes you wonder how these places stay in business, like when they don't even wait on you when you come in. It's like, are you a business owner? Do you want business? That's not the way to do it, Not even a hello or I'll be right with you, and just didn't even look in our direction. And it wasn't a big place. It was like the size of like a... Jeez, I don't even know how to even describe it. It was like... Let's just say it was like a little hole-in-the-wall shop. It was not big. But the fair food, even though it's fair food, it's not healthy. It tasted good. It hit the spot. It's just what we needed after the frustrations that we had. Obviously not the owner. Well, if he's representing the owner, it's not good. But we did see, though, at the park we went to, no one was wearing masks. Masks were required to go to the concession stand and into the restrooms. But if you weren't doing those, no one was wearing masks. Everyone that was walking around having picnics, laying on the beach, at picnic tables, I will say everyone was social distancing. No one was grouped together unless they were there as a group. But no one was wearing masks. People out in the water doing kayaking and boating, no masks, which is to be expected. I wouldn't want to wear a mask either if I was there enjoying the beach. At the lake area, some people, there was like a viewing area. It's like a walking path with some benches overlooking the lake. Some people had masks, some did not. We brought ours just in case, but the benches are spread apart like every 30, 40 feet. So there's no concerns of being close contact with anyone. And of course, the businesses we went to, we did wear masks to enter, but we ended up eating outside at a picnic table, eating fair food. So couldn't ask for a better result at the end. Yes, I see a lot of questions about Ellen's ankle. It's drawing lots of attention each and every week. I think she needs to do a live stream or a video addressing her healing process. That way everyone can be rest assured she is doing okay and did not lose a leg. How long have I had the crossing lights? That was given to me by one of my viewers, Lisa Anderson, probably about a month ago. So she said 100%, not 100% yet, but much better. So she's not on crutches or in a jazzy or a wheelchair. She is on her own 2 feet. And those of you who do want to see Retro, I could share a little bit of news. Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. will be my next Chow Time episode. And her friend Sir Daniel will be on the stream with me, not in person. We're going to be using the StreamYard platform. The reason they're going to be on there is because when she was in Pennsylvania visiting, doing her filming, she gave me a box of goodies from the Scottish Tartans Museum. One particular item is canned haggis. I already found out what it is because some of you decided to tell me. And I do not anticipate me swallowing it or keeping it down. So they're going to be on the stream with me, explaining what I'm going to be trying. And if you guys want to see me have some really hard times eating some of that food, you'll want to tune in Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hey, who's here? Did I see Adam's here? Oh yeah, Adam Tereska. Hey, buddy. Hope everything's going good down in Florida, Texas. Yeehaw. Yeah, I'm going to have a bucket ready for sure. Make sure you heat it up. Thanks for the tip. Yeah, I don't want to eat dog food. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I was wondering, do people eat it cold or heat it up? Because if it was cold and like gelatinous or whatever it is, I don't think I could even get it in my mouth. Go live, Retro. Tell your viewers the updates. Yeah, RJ saying, here, Jay. Go live, Retro. Yeah. And also, too, just to share this upcoming week. This upcoming week is going to be a special week for content. If you like watching lots of content, then you're going to appreciate the news. If it's going to be too much for you, then you won't like it so much. This week, though, Monday through Friday is going to be a upload each and every day. The reason I'm doing that is because I do have 2 product reviews that I'm releasing Tuesday and Thursday that need to get out for the companies. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday will be my regular adventure exploration type videos. One of the product reviews, though, is still going to be an adventure video. I reviewed the product while I was exploring. The other one will be a dedicated product review. I know some people have been waiting for product reviews. Some of you don't care for them. Whatever it is, it'll be there if you want to watch it. If not, you can wait until the next day. So Tuesday's video will probably be out Tuesday morning, and Thursday's video will be out Thursday night. And Thursday, weather permitting, if it's not a scorcher outside, we're going to do a Chow Time episode outside in the patio, making breakfast for dinner. We're going to make up eggs, bacon, sausage, toast, hash browns. We're going to make it live on the griddle and share our dinner with you. That'll be Thursday evening, I should say, probably around 5 p.m., as long as the weather cooperates. So it's going to be a busy week. 5 days of uploads, 2 days of Chow Time. Hope you guys can handle it. One bad takeout dinner experiences, all is well. Yeah, that's to be expected. If it's only one, that's not bad at all. Am I a NASCAR fan? I am not. I do like drag racing and like racing in person, like off-road racing, stuff like that, 4x4 jamborees, but NASCAR I never could get into. Christopher, I like whatever type I'm in the mood for at that time. Could be Taco Bell, could be McDonald's, could be KFC. Just depends on what I'm in the mood for. But usually top 2, just because they're most convenient and usually have the cheapest dollar menu or value menu, is McDonald's and Burger King. They just go in a circle. It's another left turn. Drag racing I like to watch in person. I actually been meaning to make a video at a raceway called Numidia Raceway. It's not far from Knoebels, actually. I went there a bunch of times in my teenage, early 20 years. Really enjoyed it. A lot of fun watching drag racing. They have street legal racing. They have, the Top Fuel. They have everything there. And I've been meaning to go there to make a video. figured it'd be cool to get some slow motion action of them doing the wheel stands and, the takeoff from the line. Some of the cars do wheelies and stuff. But don't think it's going to happen this year, obviously, but it is still on my list. Yeah, that girl. Makes you wonder, how these people stay in business with that type of service. Am I doing a drive stream? At the moment, no. I'm sitting at my desk. I will be doing another drive stream. I did one last week. We may go live a little bit on our way down to Maryland, but we'll see how that pans out. Don't believe I have, Adam, but I hope you're getting some footage or photos of it. I'd love to see it. Ohio would be southern Ohio, close to West Virginia, right on the border there. We're going to be doing some content on the Mothman and his lair, as well as some other locations, but supposed to be coming out there at the end of July, and that's still on the fence right now. There's still some places that are not fully open or accessible. There's a railroad museum, Cass Railroad Museum, I think it is, or Cass Railroad in West Virginia, which I want to check out, but I don't want to go to these places wearing masks and having tight restrictions. So if I come to Ohio and West Virginia at the end of the end of July, it's going to be a last-second decision. If I don't go, I'm going to just wait until things get better, either in the fall or sometime. But I have about 6 to 8 locations to film on my way, starting out in western Pennsylvania, like the Flight 93 Memorial, an old abandoned tunnel, some other things I was told about from some of my viewers. Of course, the Mothman Museum, the Mothman Lair, which is known as the TNT area, and whatever else I find along the way. It's going to be about a 3-day trip, but I'm not going to make that decision to cancel or to go until right before. We'll see how things kind of play out with the whole situation at hand. Oh, Tom, don't tell me that. That's really upsetting news. West Virginia may shut down again. Yeah, that's the whole reason. I've been hearing some places are going back under lockdown or quarantine. So I don't want to go to another state and have that happen, and then I have either nothing to film or have troubles getting back into Pennsylvania. So that's why it's going to be a last-minute decision. I do have the hotel booked for Niagara Falls, New York. That's the end of August. By then, things may be better, things may be worse. But we do have it booked, hoping for the best. Yeah, Cass, what I've seen is amazing. A lot of Shea locomotives there. When did I start getting into trains? Ever since I was a little kid. I don't know how old I was, but I remember going to, was at the time was Scranton Hobby Shop, which is still there. It's in a different location with my parents. And I got to pick out a train. And I could have picked out either this really cool, I think it was a G.I. Joe HO electric train set. It was all camouflage and G.I. Joe'd out. Or I could have picked out this plastic battery-operated type of G-scale train, size-wise. And I went with that. And I got home. I remember we put the batteries in, got it running. And, all you do is flip a switch and just went around the track. I'm like, thinking as a little kid to myself and looking at, I can still remember my thoughts. I'm like, man, this is kind of crummy. Like, I should have went with the other one. So that was my first and only plastic battery-operated train set. Ever since then, it's been electric. Thank you, Bobby. Yeah, it was a great show last night. A lot of activity. Hope for the best, expect the worst. That's how you have to handle a lot of things in life. Should go to Santa Monica, California. Yeah, I have a few people that are viewers in California and mentioning I should go there, but that's a long ways away. Christopher, what'd you do today or yesterday? Anything good, exciting? HO scale train with gravy train dog food logos. That's pretty neat. When myself and Retro and RJ were at the Bill's Bike Barn, I did find a Harley Davidson HO scale set. It wasn't operational, it was still in the box, but pretty cool to see that. Yeah, Lisa and Barb and a few others definitely play a part in my studio here, Vanessa. Yeah, very disappointed with a battery-operated plastic train. Don't ever buy one. It's a real letdown. Head cheese. I've seen Andrew Zimmern on Bizarre Foods eat that. I don't think I could eat that. And my first Lionel set I bought at a train show. Geez, probably about 8-9 years ago. It was this little tiny freight train set. I bought it for like $35. Only had an oval track. Didn't put it in a display or anything like that. I just ran it around for fun. Put some of Lily's toys in the hopper cars and stuff like that. And then I ended up reselling that a few months later. It was just a little switcher engine, I think 040 wheel set. Now I have a circus Lionel set, which I got at another train show, which is much bigger, has some pretty cool animal cars that have moving parts as it goes around. And I have a nice little HO set, which runs around inside the O-scale set. And I do want to get actually have a trolley. I have a bump and go trolley. I need to get the track with the stoppers for it to go back and forth. So my display has always been on the ground, like a Christmas display. I have most of it is pretty much all ceramic houses. I do have a ice skating, the magnetic ice skating thing on there. I do have a carousel, LED carousel that looks really nice. I put on there as well. Most of the ground's covered in snow, figurines, stuff like that. I need to build legs for it. I want to get it up in the air so the cats are not doing Godzilla on it. But I need to get the trains out, though, get them running around the ground, get everything operational, and then I could work on the display towards wintertime. Good night, Lisa. Thank you very much for hanging out tonight, and thanks again for the gifts. What's Bobby saying to get me to do more of what? More paranormal are you talking about? Need G-Scale. I did have G-Scale. I had a royal blue G-Scale. Used to run it on my deck upstairs and actually outside in the yard. Wasn't at this home, though. I was at another residence, and I did have a G-Scale set. Ended up selling that to a train dealer. They just started collecting dust, and I did actually, it came with a locomotive. If you know the royal blue one I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. It came with a locomotive and some coach cars and a mail car. And I ended up getting a diesel locomotive for it. I can't remember which one it was. I got it for Christmas. And I got a logging car, and I got a trestle for it. But I never put it in a display. I just would just run it for fun from time to time. But it ended up just taking up a lot of room. It was collecting dust, and I ended up selling it to a train dealer. But the only thing is with G-Scale, even though they're super easy to operate and you could put them almost anywhere, the buildings and figures and everything else like that, the price skyrockets, because it's so large. So to buy scale items for that, it's really expensive. Some guys are talking about cheese. Santa Monica is closed. Wow, didn't know that. Use mirror for lake. Yeah, I've seen that technique before. That's a good way to do it. Track gets dirty. Yes, it's constant cleaning. I do not miss that. Yeah, it's pricey, without a doubt. There's a lot of cool videos, though. If you look up like G-Scale garden trains, some people have like their whole backyard made up for their own G-Scale railroad. They have running water, they have trestles, they go through the garden. A lot of time, effort, and money, and skilled labor involved with that. I just had mine on the grass or the patio running around. Nothing of the sorts that would call amazing, but still fun in your own right, Tabby watched the channel is antiques, train stuff. She thinks of me. Best train shop in Pennsylvania. It depends. In Music, at the bottom of, I think it's Glenmora Drive or Glenmora Boulevard, is Grzybowski's. They specialize in O-scale. For hobby stuff, especially HO scale, though, Scranton Hobby Shop is really good in downtown Scranton. There's other ones around, but those are the two I've only ever shopped at. But, there was a company, hang on. There's a YouTube channel I do follow. Hang on, I'll tell you 1 second who it is. They are out of New York, but their website, you can buy anything off their website. Let me find it here. Train World, yeah, it's Train World TV. They're out of New York. I forget where. It's a father and son, family-owned business. They do tutorials and videos and product reviews, stuff like that. But they are out of New York, and their website, though, has everything you'd ever want for any scale train, especially O-scale. And they have some pretty decent prices as well. You just have to obviously get it delivered or go in person to pick it up. Old Lionel plant, you live around the corner from that. Wow, that's pretty neat. They should pay for advertising. I don't advertise them enough for that. Good night, Kathleen. Good night, Penny. Yeah, I did have Engage before. They're, you can't have big fingers, and you have to have steady hands for those, especially with coupling and putting them on the rails. You have to get a re-railer usually. But yeah, N-scale is pretty fun. I had, I think, Santa Fe, no, not Santa, yeah, Santa Fe, N-scale, and I think I may have had CSX, but definitely Santa Fe. But a lot more affordable, just a lot harder to work with. Yeah, if I get my train display, it's going to be basically right to the right of me here. I do have a china cabinet and a bookshelf here, which is just off camera. Those would be moved out of here somewhere else, and the train layout would be basically right in its place coming out, you know, on the 4x8 plywood sheet. So it would be literally an arm's distance of the layout. So it could probably even show that layout when it's up and operational on some of the Sunday night live streams, because all I have to do is just turn the camera. You guys can look at it, get some train action as we do the Sunday night live show, which would be pretty fun. Train World, yeah. Let me see if I got a site here. Yeah, I'm going to post a link for their website. They're out of New York. They do have a YouTube channel, like I said, but all the products are on there. You love trains as much as I love snowmobiles. That's awesome, Sandra. I actually saw a Harley Davidson snowmobile inside Bill's Bike Barn, which was pretty cool to see. Looked like it was in like top-notch condition too. What a Barb ask. Is Bernie's open? Well, Bernie's layout is a private layout down his basement, so he does have open houses at certain times, but you'd have to reach out to him personally though to find out if he has any type of open house dates coming up. I do know he does have a train show he's organizing coming up in October, but I do know he did make a video announcement about that on his channel. You could also ask his friend Ken, K-Flan the Rail Fan. Those two are good friends, and any information regarding that, you could definitely reach out to one of them. Nah, Justin, I don't get into all that. I just like to have the trains running around in a little village. I don't have the time, money, or patience to go with helixes or, you know, switching and stuff like that. I just make it very simple and enjoyable to watch. You're now a celebrity chef with cookbooks. Whatchamacallit, $2 chat. Super chat, thank you. Yeah, I've seen a Z-scale actually inside of a suitcase, which is pretty neat. Like a regular brief, like a lawyer's suitcase. Open up, has a little tiny Z-scale running around with a little tiny scenic area to it. It's pretty neat. It's like $300 though, but I'm like, it's cool though. Sunday Night Live is awesome. I know, Chris, you're a big fan, so thank you for your support and kind words. Any cool places that sell postcards? Not really sure. I don't really do anything with postcards. I'm trying to see. I asked Christopher what he was doing today or yesterday. I don't know if I missed his comment or not. My day was good today. Okay, good to know. I do believe coming up this weekend, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on it, is the Hudson Model Railroad Club. I believe they're having an open house because my friend Breezy reached out to me. He actually works for Reading Railroad. He asked if I was going to be there for their open house, which I always try to attend. I like to see what updates and progress has been made and just to show them general support. But I'm going to be obviously out of state. But I do believe they are having an open house, which is always free to attend. But you can check out their website or Facebook, Hudson Model Railroad Group or Club. Get the details on that. Well, those of you who ask for shoutouts, I do not comply. So. I think RJ needs a Dukes of Hazzard train running around. That would suit him nice. And one thing I'll be watching either later tonight or tomorrow, RJ posted it. If RJ wants to share the link for it, he's welcome to. He did put out a video of his day with Retromantic, when she was up here in Pennsylvania. I do know they did spend a good portion of time together when he did serve as her ambulance driver. Got her all fixed up. So I do have that under my watch later playlist. But if you want to share the link to that, people want to watch that, they're welcome to. Retro, I know you said you're working on Centralia. She is going to, I believe, premiere that video when it's ready. I don't think she has it ready to go yet, but we're going to try to release ours within the same week of each other. So our Centralia adventures will be coming out in the near future. Tomorrow, nothing exciting, Chris. Just getting the content ready to put out tomorrow night. If it doesn't rain, probably going to cut the grass. With all the rain we've had in the last couple of days, the grass grew like weeds. So if anything, I'll be cutting the grass and maybe get to the post office. That's about it. Gary, your home is by the Flight 93 Memorial. Okay. Yeah, I'm hoping to check that out when I get out that way. Old Smoky was working, yes, and Pioneer. But as you saw in my video, Pioneer, the brakes locked up on it on the green one. They had to come get maintenance out there. Yeah, so RJ posted the link there. I suggest you... Oh, I don't suggest. I recommend you click on it if you want to add it to watch later or watch it when tonight's stream is over. I'm going to be watching it myself, and it'd be great to see, him and Retro and get to see what they got into. Warning, that video is silly. I would expect nothing less, Retro. Now, Karen, I talked about that a little while ago, and we're going to do that Thursday night, or Thursday evening. It's going to be an earlier Chow Time episode, probably around 5 p.m. this coming Thursday. We're going to do the breakfast dinner Chow Time episode. So this coming Thursday, as long as it's not like a scorcher outside, we're going to do that around 5 p.m. I'll try to schedule that episode as well. And we're going to cook up everything live for you and eat together. Post office, he sent a birthday card for Lily. Hope she gets it before the trip. All right, Marty, we'll definitely keep check on that. We're going to be packing up Saturday, leaving early Sunday, so I'll check it up until probably Friday. So I'll let you know if she gets it. Hey, Cool Shades. Bedtime for Brooklyn. Good night, Brooklyn. Yeah, silly is definitely a good thing. Normal and serious gets boring. Silly and fun and, sometimes even childish is sometimes a good thing. Thank you, Karen. Lily's birthday is coming up July 20th. She'll be turning 13. I can't believe it. Teenager. Alright, Adam. Be on the lookout for that. Alright, so I'm going to give you guys about another 5 minutes here. I don't really have anything else to share with you guys. Kind of got everything out. If you guys did tune in late, I encourage you to watch the replay, at least the first portion of it. I did address an important thing regarding myself and some of the people I've been having issues with outside of what you see on my channel here. So I did share my thoughts on that. I'm not going to bring it up any more than what I already did. I'm not going to go into details or drag anyone under the bus. But if you're curious as to what I had to say about it, catch the replay on that. Thank you, Dominic. Yeah, Matt, I'm terrified for that age. Lily doesn't even want to drive when she turns 16 because she sees how many bad drivers are out there. And I'm kind of on board with that. I mean, granted, I want her to be independent. I just have a huge fear of her being on the road alone. She'll know how to drive a car, but I think she'll have trouble handling certain situations as they arise. So that's a big fear when she turns 16. Whatever, check out NCRR Railroad in Glen Rock, PA, Steam into History Museum. I don't know much about it, but I definitely would be down to checking it out. I still have to get down to, what's it called? I know RJ went there, and I was supposed to go there for my birthday. Choo Choo Barn, is that it? Is that the right place? Choo Choo Barn? I think that's what it's called. But it's still supposed to get there. That's still on the list. Thank you, Chatty. Just watch the replay, Hunbirder. Roadside America, yes. Choo Choo Barns in Strasbourg, yes. Thank you, RJ. There's no self-promotion there, so please don't do that. Thank you, Rochelle. Yeah, rightfully so, Matt. Like you said, you trust your kids. It's just everyone else. I mean, Lily, I think at probably 5 or 6 years old, she drove a quad. She drove a go-kart. She drove a little pocket sport bike. So she's a fast learner. She knows how to drive a lot of things, and will without a doubt be a good driver. It's just, being aware of your surroundings is what I'm hoping she'll come around with. Just when someone cuts you off or pulls out in front of you, or there's construction and the lanes change, stuff like that. I think she'd have a harder time grasping, but that's still 3 years away. I don't want to worry about it now. Good night, Karen. The train shop is very expensive, though. Yeah, I don't think I'll be going to purchase anything, but would like to see it. Choo Choo Barn and the National Toy Train Museum, I think, is there also. Strasbourg, I'm hoping to get back down to in the fall. I do know they're open now. I think they have Locomotive 425 running, but it's still, masked like usual. So I'm going to wait until the fall, if anything. But like I mentioned, I'm going to be going back to Knoebels this week. I don't know which day it's going to be. Definitely not Wednesday. I know that. I have plans for Wednesday. I would say maybe either Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday. I'm going to go to Knoebels before they open, probably for around 11:30. I'm going to stream live from the park. I'm going to go for about a 2-hour live stream. I'm going to do a couple of the rides, like the train ride, the haunted house. We'll get some food. Masks are still required, but the park has been dead. Everyone that's been there, everyone's walking right down the rides. So it'll be a much less crowded park, And even though you have to wear the mask, as long as it's not too hot out, it'll be doable. And I want to show the park my support, give them some business, do some rides, have some food, and let you guys have a feel as to what it's like to be there for yourself. Good night, Tammy. Three train trips a day on the weekend, or weekday. Okay. If I'm like, have nothing going on, I wouldn't mind taking a ride to Strasbourg just to get some rail action, some train action. But to do like a whole tour, I want to stay overnight in the Red Caboose Motel. That's going to be prolonged until the fall, if things improve. Matt, I was actually going to reach out to you when you came into town. I want to find out what you have scheduled and for when. I'm going to do the Army Museum probably September sometime. I know you were talking about September in the past, I think. So I want to touch base with you to see what you have planned and when. Army Museum, though, is going to be probably September. The Ricketts Glen State Park is probably going to be either the opposite end of September as the museum or possibly early October, which is still decent weather here in Pennsylvania. So once those dates do get confirmed, I will make a video and Facebook event pages to get all the details out to everyone. Wow, I'm losing my train of thought here and can't talk. Good night, Edith. Have I ever done the Amtrak trip? It's something I planned on doing this year. Didn't happen. I have the pamphlet, and I actually was in contact with a representative for them for booking the trip. I was going to be doing, I think, Chicago to Seattle, but everything just went to crap. So it's not happening this year, unfortunately. September 5th, Pinnacle and Lock. Okay. So I'll have to check the calendar for things. I can't do end of August because I'll be in Niagara Falls then. So it's going to be maybe a week or two after yours, Matt, for the Carlisle Museum. And Ricketts Glen will be at least 3 weeks away from that. So my friends are going to Knoebels on Tuesday. I hope they have a good time. No, I don't work for the railroad. It's just a lot of gifts and collectible items I do have here. Alright guys, I am going to say farewell for tonight's episode of Sunday Night Live. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, spending your night with me, week in and week out. And based on your results, we will decide if we're going to be doing a beachside stream next Sunday for episode 30. Just remember, if I do a stream on Sunday from the beach, it's not interfering with anything. I'm not taking away from family time. I'm not taking away from vacation time. I'm making time for you guys, which I do each and every Sunday. If the majority says no, we'll skip the week and we'll pick up where we left off right back here on the following Sunday. So again, number 1, if you're voting, is for the beach stream. Number 2, skip the week. You guys have the full control over that. Just remember this week, 5 videos, 2 important live streams with some food reviews, and stay on the lookout for any updates and adventures of new things coming about in the future. If you guys are interested in joining us for a meetup event, they are open to the public for everyone. You don't have to be a content creator. You don't even have to own a camera. All you have to do is be willing to come to the location, meet some great people, hang out, make some new friends. Check out a cool location. It'll be the U.S. Army Heritage Museum in Carlisle. It's an outdoor and indoor museum. If the indoor is not open or people don't want to wear masks, you could still stay outdoors and experience all the grounds there, from tanks to helicopters to bunkers, trenches. It's quite amazing. Ricketts Glen State Park has, I believe, 20 waterfalls, and it has difficulty levels from beginners up to experienced. So those will be coming up. You could hang out with me and everyone else that attends and make a great day of it. But that's that information will be coming out in the future once we get all the details, taken care of. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoy your upcoming week. Make sure you stay safe, stay cool, and more importantly, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next video.